Board. You're welcome. But
Okay.
Dave,
Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
told me that there are stop it.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Bailey?
Here.
Mr. Bateman?
Here.
Mr. Goodyear?
Here.
Mr. Hart?
Here.
Mr. Ori?
Here.
Vice Mayor Phelps?
Here.
Mr. Ping?
Here.
Welcome, everyone. With us tonight, we have Director of Finance Mark Medler, our Assistant City Manager Chris Weinich, Clerk of Council Misty Clark, City Manager Dave Kennedy, City Solicitor Joe Braun, and our Chief of Police Michael Gabrielson, former council members Kent Blair and Todd Osborne. Welcome. Before we get started, I do want to mention, I'm sure everyone has heard, that former council member, former Vice Mayor Angie Sattel passed away a couple weeks ago, I believe. She was obviously very involved and invested in the city and served, I think, from 2011 through 2019, the last 2 years as vice mayor, as I recall. I served with her for one term, but Vice Mayor Phelps served with her for longer, so I think Vice Mayor has some words he'd like to say.
Yeah, sure. It was, I think, the day after the last council meeting that we were all apprised of the fact that she had passed, and it shocked me insofar as the mayor and I, Mr. Ping, had spoken to her just days earlier and on the phone because she was recovering from surgery, but there was certainly no indication that her demise was imminent. So it really rocked my world in that I think I probably served the longest on council with her of the current council. Yeah, I know Angie to be, a bright, considerate, and dedicated member of council in that we had our differences, but she was always civil to me, and she was one of those people that regardless of what was going on, when she'd see me either in our neighborhood, because we didn't live too far from each other, or outside of council, she had a smile, and we were able to communicate well. She was a good communicator too. Sometimes I used to think she repeated herself too much, but I realized that was a very effective way of getting her point across. And, she was good at doing that. She cared about council, about the city, and she was always well prepared for meetings. And again, I thought she was thoughtful and kind to most people, including me. And so I unfortunately was out of town when her visitation occurred, so I couldn't go because I did want to pay my respects, but I thought publicly this would be a good place to do it as well.
And her husband is also ill. He wasn't even at the funeral, so keep her family in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you, Vice Mayor. All right. First on the agenda is review and approval of minutes from the August 12th meeting. Any changes, additions?
Move to approve as written.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Goodyear?
Yes.
Mr. Hart?
Yes.
Mr. Ori?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps?
I'll abstain for non-attendance.
Mr. Ping?
Yes.
Mayor Bailey?
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.
Mr. Kennedy? Oh, gosh, you're right. Thank you. Sherry Hamlin. Right, I dropped right past that.
That's fine.
You're supposed to
I
fix
know.
that.
Hello, Sherry Hamlin, 118 Cannonade Drive. I live in the Claiborne subdivision, and one of the intersections that I travel through most frequently is West Loveland Avenue and Lebanon Road. Not only because it is the intersection for me going downtown, but I also have family that live in Sims and Deerfield Township, so it is the main thoroughfare to those communities. I'd like to bring forward a recommendation for an enhancement to that traffic light that I believe would improve traffic flow. When turning left from Lebanon onto West Loveland toward the West Loveland Nature Preserve, there is no left turn arrow. and at peak times, especially during school bus hours. This creates congestion and extended wait times. A left turn arrow would greatly help to manage traffic during those heavier times of the day. Similarly, there is no right turn on red allowed when turning onto Lebanon Road or onto West Loveland from Lebanon and proceeding downtown. Currently, a no turn on red sign is posted because oncoming traffic on Lebanon has a left turn arrow. While that is a legitimate concern, the exact same situation existed at the intersection of Loveland Madeira and West Loveland, and the city resolved that conflict by installing a right turn arrow, which has worked extremely well. It also allows traffic to move efficiently when it's safe to do so. I would ask the city to consider a similar solution at Lebanon and West Loveland. As it stands today, drivers must sit at a red light even when there is no traffic approaching, or late at night when the intersection is quiet. Adding a right turn arrow would keep vehicles moving, reduce frustration, and align with the city's larger efforts over the last several years to make our traffic lights smart and more responsive to real-time traffic conditions. This feels like a reasonable solution and one more incremental step toward that broader goal. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Kennedy.
As council members, back in March of this year, you reviewed a connectivity plan within the Claremont County part of the city. Part of that plan was a big portion of that plan funneled traffic down Hannah to Broadway to connect to existing sidewalks that take pedestrians from Claremont County into the downtown district. One of the problems was there was a bit of a juggernaut right at address 319. And there was a conflict from some guardrails that were installed back as part of the Broadway stabilization. And the city looked at ways to get that part of it corrected before we move on to the bigger pieces. And we had looked at a couple options. They really weren't feasible. And actually, Councilmember Ori had continually suggested that there was an option to continue along the south side of Hannah. And so we, after discussing with Councilman Ori and meeting with a contractor and engineer, we think we've come up with a good solution that'll allow the traffic to continue. The northbound traffic, pedestrian traffic to continue. So we've come up with a plan, and we are in a position to move forward with that this year. And that will be the removal of the guardrails. The sidewalk will then taper back towards the existing curb to maximize the space. Will then end at a point onto Broadway. There will be tapered ADA ramps on both sides. Then the guardrails will be installed behind the new sidewalk, protecting from that ravine, the stormwater ravine, which is part of Broadway. And then city crews will come in and install the necessary crosswalks. This will really release that sidewalk. If you do go up there, you will see what people have to do because at this point you're getting close to downtown. I mentioned in the memo at an upcoming council meeting, once this project is completed or well underway, we will likely be creating a freeway stop there for traffic coming up the hill, going straight. Traffic coming up the hill and turning right onto Hannah we'll still be able to receive it. It'll be right except for turning right. That'll really help. Won't impact anyone who's turning on Hannah, which is a good percentage of the traffic flow, and we'll make sure that those crossing over Broadway are safe. So this project is actually broken into two pieces. Sidewalk guardrail removal by Hembry Construction, $9,286, and the guardrail installation is $10,080. Actually, per the auditor standards, it is one project, one item relies on the other. So that total exceeds the spending limit of 15. That's why we brought it forth to City Council.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Mr. Ori, would you like to chime in? This was your idea.
Yeah, well, it's a needed improvement because myself and I know other people walk that area a lot, and you come down the hill and the sidewalk just stops. So you have to go out into the street. There's no crossover. There's no sidewalk on the other side. So this is a good alternative to make, or not alternative. It's a good improvement to make. So
Is that guardrail high enough for the ravine, or do we gonna need some sort of fencing?
Is going to put a fence?
Yeah. The guardrail will have longer posts, so the guardrail will go deeper, and then it will still be the proper elevation and it'll protect the traffic. But by tapering the sidewalk up against the curb, so right at Mr. I forget his name's driveway, when it tapers, that expands the width of the green space behind and makes it all work.
All right, any other comments or questions? Mr. Hart?
I mean, it's kind of some questions I've asked before, but anytime we do sidewalks, is there any kind of property that we need to attain to?
No, we own all that property as part of the Broadway Street stabilization.
Very good.
Does it require a bunch of fill dirt?
No.
Sidewalks? No.
No, best way to view it is if you look at the picture where the existing sidewalk is and vision that tapering immediately to the left, and then these posts will be extra long. They'll not extra long. They'll be 3 to 4 feet longer than the existing posts. That will allow enough space that the edge of the guard will actually be the same height.
Anyone else? All right, read the resolution, please.
Resolution authorizing the expenditure of $1,086 for the Hannah Avenue Sidewalk and Guardrail Improvement Project.
Thank you. Call the roll, please.
Mr. Goodyear?
Yes.
Mr. Hart?
Yes.
Mr. Ori?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps?
Yes.
Mr. Ping?
Yes.
Mayor Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Resolution 80 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Mr. Kennedy?
So when City Council authorized the demolition of the former mirror factory at 507 Loveland Bureau, you passed 2 resolutions. One was with citywide waste removal for the demolition. The other was with Patriot Engineering for the soil removal and the remediation. During the demolition of the original estimate for the soil that needed to be remediated was prior to the city acquiring the building. We during our due diligence phase, we drilled through the concrete slab, and based on that estimation of the amount of poor soils, contaminated soils, the cost was the $65,000 that was approved by council. Remember, that is both remediation. All the soil has to be tested and in lab tested and supervised. Well, during the excavation, once the building was down and the foundation was gone, there was an additional 500 tons of contaminated soil that needs to be removed. This is one of those situations, considering this property is a key redevelopment property in conjunction with revitalization. The city obviously wants to take it to the full contamination remediation. We sort of asked for the worst case scenario, and that includes hauling, disposal, testing, but also this includes bringing in all clean, certified clean soil back into the property, and so all replacement will be all offsite clean fill will be added to it. So we asked for the worst case scenario based upon that, and that is the 72,150. This project received grant funding in the amount of $193,455. With this additional city share, the city share remains at 33%. As this project was part of the acquisition of which the city was funded grants, if you look at the the Mirror Factory project as a whole, total cost for that project is $877,000. With the grant amounts, the city's share is actually 21%. If you look at a project as a whole, this will wrap this up, and our marketing efforts on this property has gone very well. We've been getting quite a bit of interest in this, but obviously being able to present this property as a completely fully tested, certified, clean property, just like the city is still doing next door at the mobile station, that obviously is important to the city for the long term.
Thank you. Any comments, questions? Mr. Ping?
I'm just curious, was this like one pit that was to be filled, or was it the whole site in general?
Site, it ran from about the back fourth of the property all the way up near just before about where the office was, that entire area. The more they dug, the more they found. And we do this with a environmental engineer on site testing all the soils. It is obviously very important.
Right, right. So, I mean, the reason I was asking is, as much as anything, is it's more of a surface contamination.
Yes.
That scrape it off, put it back. It's not. It wasn't something that was leaching down or anything like that.
That was actually proven during the Chestnut Street property.
Thanks.
Any other questions, comments? All right, read the resolution, please.
Resolution authorizing the city manager to amend its agreement with Patriot Engineering for remediation and environmental testing of contaminated soils at 507 Loveland Madera Road.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Hart?
Yes.
Mr. Ori?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps?
Yes.
Mr. Ping?
Yes.
Mayor Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Goodyear?
Yes.
Resolution 81 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Chief?
Thank you, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council, City Manager. The disposal of items valued at more than $1,000 requires City Council action. I've submitted a memorandum and accompanying legislation authorizing the city to dispose of property no longer needed for public purpose. The police department has identified one of our vehicles, a 2016 Ford Explorer. It's no longer needed for public use. The vehicle was originally scheduled for replacement next year in 2026. However, it now requires a major transmission repair as detailed in the attached estimate. We've reviewed the cost estimate. I sat down with Assistant City Manager Weinich, and the cost repair exceeds $6,000. That, in conjunction with the repairs that we have actually made to the vehicle recently, the post-repair value of the vehicle being in that same range, $6,000 to $8,000, proceeding with the repair is not fiscally responsible for the city. So the city would request council authorization to sell this vehicle through its designated online auction platform. We currently use GovDeals. We did remove all the emergency equipment for reuse, and allowing the removal of that equipment allows the general public to purchase through auction, and that should actually increase the estimated revenue for the vehicle. Although we definitely can't say exactly what we will get through online auction, we estimate that the vehicle may exceed $3,000, and so it does have some value. The staff would recommend that City Council approve the attached legislation authorizing the city manager to sell this vehicle through GovDeals.
All right, any comments or questions? Mr. Hart?
Will there need to be a replacement vehicle purchased on back into this?
Yes, we do have built into the 2026 budget, assuming that is approved, and we do actually move cars through. We actually have spare vehicles that are able to fill this. This was actually an administrative vehicle. It started out its life in criminal investigations and moved to a staff car. So
There won't be like an emergent need for like another.
no, so we're able to get by with the spare vehicle that we have.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Yes, Vice Mayor?
This was an Explorer. Do we have any sedans left, or are they all Explorers? Or
We do not have them. They actually, most of the manufacturers stopped making them. However, Chrysler Stellantis is actually making the sedan again for 2026. So it's actually coming back out. But they're the only manufacturer that is making a sedan again.
Any other questions? All right, read the resolution, please.
Resolution declaring a city-owned vehicle surplus inventory and authorizing the sale on the city's online internet auction site.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Ori?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps?
yes,
Mr. Ping?
Yes.
Mayor Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
yes,
Mr. Goodyear?
yes,
Mr. Hart?
Yes.
Resolution 82 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
Mr. Kennedy?
This memorandum accompanies an ordinance requested for adoption via emergency that would extend the 25 mile an hour speed zone on Riverside Drive / East Kemper Road, approximately 425 feet to the southwest. This area, working with a resident and including a site visit, we realized that area, though it appears light industrial, actually includes a few residential structures, including at least one with some children. And that what I got to see firsthand is that when traffic goes over the railroad track heading out of town on Riverside Drive, the first thing they see is a 35 mile an hour speed limit sign, and for lack of better words, they basically floor it. And what we see here is that there is a draw. People are trying to walk into downtown. So what we're trying to do here is extend the 25 in the southwest and basically shorten the 35 as you come back into town. It works both ways. And Mike and I, Chief Gabrielson and I went over it. So we think that by starting the 35 after the 3 residential structures, at that point, it's pretty much clear zone. And then it's supported by LPD, who does a pretty good job of monitoring that speed over at the Marsh building. No secret to anyone. It's not like they're hiding. So what we want to do is extend the 25 beyond that, overemphasize the 25, both coming in and coming out with the flashing 25-mile-an-hour speed limit signs. And the only reason, if we do 2 readings, then we wait 30 days. It would be much easier if council could go ahead. It is a public safety issue worded such in the ordinance that we go ahead and do this as an emergency. We can get all this order signed. The police know how to handle this with warnings and so on and so forth. But it's one of those, the sooner we get it started, I think the better. And these speed limit signs have drastically reduced in price. So you're seeing us where Chris and I have been putting them up. We've been adding them, both stop signs where they seem to be making a difference on East Loveland. We're adding another one up at Children's Meeting House. So the more that these become affordable, they do work. The ones we, in our opinion, feel the ones that work the most, rather than telling somebody what their speed is emphasizing the speed. So we'll be getting those ordered if council proceeds.
Thank you. Any comments or questions? Mr. Bateman?
I appreciate the explanation with this. I think this is interesting because I believe once you get over into the Sims Township side, it's actually 45.
I believe you're correct.
So I think that's what makes this road a little trickier, is that it has this sort of gradual step up or step down depending on the way you're going. So I'm hopeful that this is something that we can maybe continue if that does get developed more, to have 25 more further down than just get rid of the 35. But that's just my personal opinion. I think this is a good step towards safety. I know that it can be tempting, like you mentioned, to try to get out of Dodge via Riverside, but keeping it at a low speed where there's so much both the industrial traffic but also residential is an important and smart move in the long term. So I appreciate and fully support that.
Thank you. Any other comments? All right, so this is being read as an emergency. We'll go ahead and read the ordinance.
Ordinance approving the reduction of the speed limit on a portion of Riverside Drive, East Kimber Road, from 35 miles per hour to 25 miles per hour within the City of Loveland Corporation limits and declaring an emergency.
Call the roll, please.
Vice Mayor Phelps?
Yes.
Mr. Ping? Mayor Bailey?
Yes.
Mr. Bateman?
Yes.
Mr. Goodyear?
Yes.
Mr. Hart?
Yes.
Mr. Ori?
Yes.
Ordinance 83 is adopted by a vote of 7-0.
All right, as far as reports, I think since the last meeting, we had Shakespeare in the Park, correct? I believe. That I just wanted kudos to Mrs. Clark. That was very well attended event. I mean, really, the only other event I've been to that had more people was Elvis. Honestly, it was packed and a lot of fun, and people all over the city bringing drinks and a lot of pizzas being carried out from the work. So our businesses certainly benefit from that. But even more importantly, it's just a really nice event, and it's very nice to see that many people enjoying it. Our offices will be closed, the city offices, this Monday, September 1st, to observe Labor Day. LSFD is having community cookouts beginning September 3rd. They're going to be, those are, what days of the week are those? Wednesdays. So I'm sure this is on our website, but they're at different parks. September 3rd is at Nisbet, September 10th at McCoy, September 17th at Lever, and September 24th at Navajo Tot Lot, and those are from 5 to 7. So if you can, come out and see the fire department. Does anybody else have any announcements? Yes, Mr. Hart.
I just wanted to make a real quick thank you. It's not often that we get to see our emergency services in action, and it's never really typically a good reason when you get to see them in action, but Earlier this week, we had a medical emergency at the school, and our LSFD and our SRO in the building performed magnificently. Really helped out one of our individuals who was having some distress at the moment. So I just want to put a public thank you out to those guys, and they did an amazing job. Responded incredibly quickly, and treated the patient with respect. And when you're dealing with a bunch of 10, 11-year-olds flying around, that can be a little bit of a difficult task, and they did it amazingly well. So just a public thank you to those guys for what they do.
Thank you. Anyone else? Yes, Vice Mayor.
I just thought I'd mention, and the chief may know about this, the Loveland Care Center is having a upcoming Care Center Party with a Purpose, and it's on September 18th. And I think it corresponds with their being around now 10 years. And the Loveland Care Center is an amazing place in terms of the services that can be provided to people in need. And I know, the mayor's familiar with it, and others probably here on council. But I think probably has a fundraising aspect to it. But if anyone's interested, either see me or go to the Loveland Care Center website.
Thank you. Anyone else? All right, can we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Ping,
Yes.
Mayor Bailey,
Yes.
Mr. Bateman,
Yeah.
Mr. Goodyear,
Yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mr. Ori,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Phelps.
Yes.
Motion carries 7-0.